Hello everyone, welcome to West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint show, the only post-match pint fallout show on the internet.
Wait,
nailed it, done it in one.
Golf clap.
Makes a change for me.
Wait, did he say a fiver says he'd mess it up?
Yeah.
Who owes a
He
fiver?
didn't say anything about me paying him a fiver.
He owes us a fiver.
We just finished watching the Chelsea-West Ham game, finished Chelsea 1, West Ham 1. Good result.
Great result.
Fantastic result.
Yeah.
I would have bit your hand off for that.
Well, we said that.
As you're on the right.
Yeah. You're the bloke on the
No,
right.
it's the bloke on the left
left.
that has the starting lineup, yeah?
He sort of.
No,
I missed
it's
the
on the
beginning.
camera on the left.
Yeah.
So you're on
So
the
you're on
camera.
the left
So
as
Dan,
the camera's looking
take
at
us
it.
through the starting lineup.
Go out and go.
That's it.
Go out and go.
That's my Scott impression.
Really?
You had Ogbonna, Rice and Creswell, back three. Masuaku, left wing back. Zabaleta, right wing back. Martin Noble, Fernandez, Chiarte in the midfield. And then you had Mario and Arnautovic.
Dan, remember, well done.
mate.
Little round of
Well done.
applause
That's
for Dan.
good.
Well done.
Yeah, no, probably strongest starting lineup we could put out. I
Yeah.
know Hernandez was
Yeah.
back on the bench, but
Yeah.
He was ill last week, and I suppose the thing is, we played so well with that lineup against Southampton. You couldn't really drop anyone off it. Fernandez was fantastic.
Yeah.
João Mario was fantastic.
yeah, no, I agree with that. You know, you couldn't really on Fernandez's performance, you couldn't really warrant dropping him.
No.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
Mario scored
Yeah,
a
played well.
fantastic goal. He played very well. So yeah, it was asked to drop anyone from that.
Yeah.
We missed the first few minutes, so
Talk us through it, Dan.
talk us through the first.
Well,
first
We had it
20
on
minutes or
the.
so.
We, we got caught in a little bit of.
Well,
right,
from the
straight
parts
on
where I
radio.
weren't trying to set up that bloody live stream, we were well and truly under the cosh. They had so many chances.
They had Hazard had a chance early on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just put it past the post.
Yeah, I mean, it was just backs to the wall type of thing. Some great defending from Rice, who I thought had another
Yeah, I thought he
great
was solid
game.
again today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is looking like he's going
He's
to be
a
a
very
top-
accomplished defender, isn't he?
Yeah, and I hope that we can in the future keep him and he can be at the club for years to come. But yeah, again, Ogbonna, another great performance.
Yeah.
So it was really, I think we done really well to stop them scoring.
Things when you go somewhere like Chelsea, you know you're going to have to defend for long periods of the game. And you're gonna have
It
to
was
be
the
on
same
it.
as the London Stadium, weren't it? When we scored early on, and we spend probably 60 minutes after that defending.
Yeah.
To see the game out. But
Yeah.
I thought Chelsea were by far the better side first half. We weren't at the races properly. Still had half chances, didn't we?
Yeah.
We still had a few chances. And Arnautovic had that chance, the Canio type. I mean, which he sort of done a very similar goal against Southampton, but he brought instead of going straight away, he brings it down, takes one too many touches. But the way he was going, sort of away from the goal type of thing, it would have been very tricky if he would have just volleyed it to get it on target and beat the keeper the way the keeper Courtois was.
Yeah.
So I think he should have brought it down and then straight away. But he had, I think it was Kante like bearing down on him. So yeah, you can't blame him too much for missing.
He's
that.
one of them players, and he can't. You give him a sniff to nick the ball off you. He's
Yeah.
normally in there, isn't he?
Which
and
will come
snaps
to
it away.
later on.
Yeah,
But I think it was hard as well. You had sort of like Arnautovic up front mostly on his own, sort of isolated, and he's trying to expect to take the long balls, bring the balls down, and then beat however many men.
Because no one was
get
getting
to
up
the goal.
to support really first half, were they?
It seemed their attitude in the first half was just to try and hold out till half time, contain it, and try and catch them on the break. But as we said earlier on in the live show, joys of being outside. Yeah.
Well, he got them saying lack of pace, wasn't he?
Yeah,
You're
the
gonna
lack
play
of pace we've got.
counter-attacking.
But the one thing I like is that when Arnautovic is getting into the box, and Masuaku, even coming from deeps now, trying to hit the ball into him, to give him an attacking chance. That's where the goal come from for Southampton. You said the chance today as well. So that's good to see. But Fernandez, I thought, from what I saw of the first half, he was non-existent. First
Not up to
half.
the levels of the previous week.
Yeah, it is difficult. It was difficult. The way obviously we were playing, we sort of set up like we were expecting to be backs against the wall, expecting to be under pressure, rather than sort of taking the game to them. And it was more playing, sort of pumping the balls up where we can and trying to counter attack. So he didn't have as much freedom. Fernandes, but
yeah, do a bit more work.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Chelsea had a lot in the
Southampton, you know, last week we had a lot more of the ball. More chances, you know, you're going to create more chances against the teams around you.
I mean,
But
they've got world-class players all over the pitch, Chelsea.
Hazard first half was immense. You know, he's such. As you take off, you know, as a neutral, if you look at it as you have to appreciate the football the guy can play. You know, he's
just one of them players where even if the team's just not up to their usual standard, he can just bring something out of nowhere.
every time he got the ball and he was running, I was like, oh god.
You do worry, don't you? Because he's
He's
you know
up to
he's got
tackle
that
him.
bit of trickery in him and all that. So
But the thing is, you know, you can't once get to the edge of the box, you can't go diving in.
no.
Yeah. There were quite point. I think a lot of the players were mindful. They'd sort of go in and think, I don't want to give away a penalty, sort of. But yeah, I mean, let's look at the goal.
Well, leading up to the goal, great save from
Fantastic save.
Joe
Hart.
From Joe Hart.
You know, put it over for a corner, and he's got let down by his defence there.
I know.
You know, corner comes in.
I don't we just seem to be so slow setting up for it. I don't know.
Well, I think if you watch back the replay, Aspilicueta just loses Anatovic or Creswell.
Well,
one out of two.
everyone's following the flight of the
Flight
ball.
of the ball, yeah.
I mean, everyone. Like,
Well,
everyone's.
Didn't the cross come in and then come back in again, weren't it? It got
Yeah,
cleared
it got nodded back across.
and everyone switched off. And Arnie swipes at it, misses it, and then
I think Aspilicueta
Aspilicueta
just nicked it off his toe as he went to swing for
but
it.
then he completely miskicks it and goes in.
It's unfortunate, but do you think if you have someone just there at the back post,
Well, Creswell was there. Creswell switched.
he
off
was,
as well.
Creswell just stood there and rather than moving towards him to block the shot, he
yeah.
just sort of stood off him.
Yeah,
switched off.
And that's it. You've got to be. That's the thing. Your keeper pulls off a save like that in a game where you need to be alive, you need to be alert, because you know it's going to be.
That should
barrage
wake
after
you up
barrage.
when a keeper pulls off a top save. That should wake you up.
You'd just be like, well, he's just done that. We've got away with that.
Yeah.
Great save,
Especially you know, considering there's been a lot of criticism towards Hart and things like that, and really that's probably one that today the 5 saves he made in the game were probably the best 5 saves he's made since he's come to the
Definitely
club.
his game of the season for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that will give him a massive boost of confidence.
But it's games like that where you need your keeper to.
You do,
Really
yeah.
be
When
on
you,
it, you know what I mean?
You know, you've got to be a resilient defending and your keeper, because they're going to get through. You know, they have got that quality, and they did. And you need your keeper to pull off saves like that.
They did.
But you know, we getting into half time. We weren't out of the game, was we? Did Arnie had a chance late on in the first half, if I remember rightly?
yeah,
Sure, he did.
Yeah.
I think he did. Yeah,
Struggling to remember.
It'd get to the points where it'd get there, and they weren't concrete chances. I think there was a shot at the keeper, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And it was a good shot it was at the keeper, but you're thinking, right, we're creating.
Yeah, when the one where he just cut inside, tried to curl it.
Yeah.
Curl it round, didn't he?
But it's one of them things at half time. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of people that was downhearted, but I'm thinking, look, it's 1-0. As long as it's 1-0, there's still a chance.
That's it. The key thing
something
was
can
not to
happen.
concede a second.
Yeah.
You know, leading up to half time, and you're still in the game, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, you it's going to be hard, but you're still in it. So long as
Anything
you're
can
still
happen in
in
the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know.
Half time comes, we're talking rubbish.
Yeah.
Weren't we?
Trying to set up that live stream.
So what was he talking about? Top Gear.
Top Gear and
Top Gear.
Dan's toothbrush.
Yeah, Dan's toothbrush.
Yeah,
But-
do check out the live stream. Watch it back. You can see our celebration of our goal that we will talk about.
Yeah.
But anyway,
We come out second half.
and we nearly
Nearly went the goal down straight away.
Straight away.
Hazard
It was
again.
marginal.
Yeah.
It was offside, but it was very marginal.
Yeah, it was good ball into the
Great
box.
ball across.
Yeah.
Well, so you've got to take your hats off to the officials for clocking that.
Yeah. They were actually on point with that, I must admit. They
Yeah.
got that one right anyway. So we'll have
Yeah, I thought they bottled a few decisions in terms of. And maybe it's Mount West Ham, but to me, it looked like they gave us a lot less. They weren't giving us as much in terms of free kicks than they gave them. There was a few, I thought, clear-cut fouls on our players.
Oh
that
yeah,
they
definitely.
waved on.
Yeah. And then they went down the other end and gave a free kick for something less.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
are right there, but you know, but it's
It's
officials,
just,
they get it wrong. But look, the first important call they got right, the offside goal.
Yeah.
You know, it was a well worked goal.
Otherwise,
for
it
Chelsea,
could have been a
but-
very long half.
Yeah. That's the thing. That goal being ruled out, we sort of lifted us a bit, didn't it?
Just got back into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think it did. It did.
Started knocking it about nicely, didn't we? And getting a few more bodies forward into
Well,
the box.
we gained possession. Then Creswell goes down injured, doesn't he? We lose him.
Yeah. Well, we had the majority of the possession for that spell. Yeah, for
it was like 59-41 at one point.
Yeah, something like that.
60,
60, 40.
Which ain't no mean feat at Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. At the Stamford Bridge.
At the times we've gone there and had like 25% possession.
We've been battered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there was a few iffy moments in terms. Obviously, we had Arnie looked a bit like he might have picked up something towards the end of the first half. I don't know if that's
limping a bit at the end.
People worried. Thankfully, he played on. He had something like that at Southampton. Obviously, Creswell's
picked up the injury.
But he played on for a bit.
Yeah. To be fair, whenever it come on for Creswell, I thought Everett did all right.
He did.
I was a bit worried about it at first.
Yeah. Well, you just think as well because of our lack of pace, and you are bringing on a slower player.
But this is the experience. That's the one thing.
And I think that does help us to see games out and stuff like that.
It just really worries me now because obviously with Creswell going off injured, if that's a bit more long term, we're then going into Stoke, which is a big 6-pointer. Excuse me. We ain't no defenders.
Yeah. I don't know what the time.
I don't know when Ginger's back.
Reed as well. I don't know what the time frame is for those.
That's the worry now because if Creswell won't fit, you're going to have Evra.
I'd play Chiarte back there. I'd put Chiarte in that back foot.
But you midfield.
Yeah.
He had a good game today, Chiarte.
No, but then if we are starting Anatovic and Hernandez, then you can play maybe Fernandez, Noble, and have Chiarte in the back if needs must.
I just don't see how it's tough to work with Hernandez the way we set up at the minute. Against Stoke, we could probably get away with it because we can afford to go a bit more attacking, put a bit more pressure on them that way.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you put Cech at the back, then you're going to have to bring
something in the middle.
Yeah, all right. Lanzini's coming back as well, so you could put him in the middle, which is a bit of a boost. Move Fernandez into the centre. That's another option. But it just worries me that you then, again, the lack of defensive cover we've got in a minute and centre midfield cover.
I mean, let's talk a bit about the bench, right? When I saw that bench at the start, right, and I just see it was Hernandez was the only player on that bench who could get into the starting 11 for me. Like, if everyone fit, he's the only contender for a starting, apart from Adrian. Yeah, you had
Adrian, Evra, Cullen, Hernandez, Schugel,
I think it was,
Pask, and
Daganana.
Yeah, the guy the youngster who's on, and that
I probably butchered that name, by the way.
But again,
I think you have.
losing Creswell, if he's out, that's another. If Lanzini's not back, it's another youngster having to come in.
Yeah.
It's just worrying, especially Stoke is now a big game. I honestly do think if we can win that game against Stoke, I think we will be safe.
Yeah.
I think Stoke are going to be fired up. Really,
of course they are.
But so should we.
Yeah,
we should be more than fired up.
I mean, we've still got a bit of game to talk.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the goal then, because obviously, who's he bring off? He brings off
takes off
Mario.
No, it's
Fernandez. No, it's Fernandez. Yeah, Fernandez for Fernandez.
Yeah,
and but still, you're thinking like the way we were playing, well, we were still sort of going at, but we were sort of putting some long balls in there, and you're thinking, and then obviously Hernandez was out wide on the wing, and which weren't that effective when we was doing that early on.
No.
So you're thinking, and like I said, we only had 2 touches in their box up to
Just Scott, when it goes round, you need one. Only need 1 touch in there to count.
That is the thing, though. When you look at that stat, that's quite bad.
Yeah.
2 touches in opponent's half. In an opponent's box.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is where Hernandez thrives having the ball to his feet in the box. So you're thinking, if we're not actually getting the ball in the box enough, then what's he going to do? But then
good ball in.
Good diagonal in.
Yeah, from Nobes. Half cleared, weren't it, by Chelsea?
Great.
Arnie's,
great pick-up play.
Yeah,
from
great.
He chased it,
got to the
byline. Got to the byline. Lovely cutback.
Yeah.
Because you think that took 4 players out of the game, that cutback.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the finish.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Great shot.
Straight.
But what you expect from Chicharito.
That's
that is what we paid the money to get him to do.
Pure instinct, isn't it? He just knows where that ball's going.
Let's be honest, if you wanted that to fall to anyone else on that pitch in a claret and blue shirt,
I mean, you could see
he's
it.
the one.
As he knew as soon as that ball come back, he knew where he was put it. Like he was already shaping up for that corner.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Because you could see the defenders and the keeper had already started moving across to cover
It's because it covered the other side of the goal. Yeah.
And he's just like, mate, like.
Yeah.
Side
The
foot,
perfect
lovely.
position to play it, you know, and like you said, the ball took players out of the game. Again, it's a cutback, something that we weren't doing at the start of the season, cutting ball back to the edge of the area. We saw it last week against Southampton when we done it and cut the ball back to Mario. You know, it's good to see. I'm very confident going into Stoke.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, Arnautovic, like how he's done. I mean, that's an assist, you know, and he got 2 goals against Southampton.
He has gone for me as the worst player, the villain of the side, to the player of the year.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's for
that
most
change of
West
form,
Ham fans,
the change of form that he's had, the change of attitude that he's had, is the
I mean,
reason
like,
we've got any chance of staying up.
Because the thing is, like, you know, when we signed him, like we'd seen on like social media and that, like Stoke fans going, "Oh, he's lazy. He won't fancy the scrap."
One
and all
good
that.
game,
But he's
2
been-
bad
he's-
games.
The last couple of months, 2-3.
Yeah, he's our most consistent player.
Yeah,
Every
but he's running.
Yeah.
Runs himself into the ground every
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
Yeah. I think that you see it. I think he works hard, and that's what we
Thirsty,
like.
mate.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Carrying on from last night.
Hair of the dog, as they say.
Yeah, it's a bit late in the day for an hair of the dog.
But yeah, so someone did say it was for Hernandez. That's 9 goals in 14 games, which is fantastic. It's what we wanted from him. But obviously, I mean, he had a bit of an injury, but he hasn't really been played to the best of his abilities, and he hasn't really given much of a chance in terms.
The thing with Hernandez is he's a good impact sub. Like
Yeah.
we need I've said this many a time. We need a fox in a box, but Hernandez, he done it at Man United. Get more goals coming off the bench.
Bit
than
like
he did.
Solskjaer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And
But
it's
to be
proved
fair,
that-
in Germany, he was a regular starter. Banged him in. Obviously, it's a
it's
different
different.
league.
It's different league and all that.
See,
But
I said a couple of seasons ago, we signed him. You all laughed.
No, piss off. I wanted to start him sign him 3 years ago when he
he's-
left Man United.
Like I said, he is the player we've been crying out for. So many times we've needed that someone in and around the box, but we don't play to his strengths. You know,
Yeah,
and
That's the thing. We rather than fit it, because when say Euro 2004, for example, Greece didn't have the best team, but what the manager did was he fit the system to the players he had. He didn't try and fit the players into
Yeah.
Well, that's,
preconceived system.
But
that he wanted to
that's
play.
half our problem is that it's
I mean, those cup games when you see us playing him as a lone striker and pumping up long balls to him, and you're thinking, what are we doing? Like, you know, and even Moyes has identified. He's even said it that does not work for him.
so then why does he do it?
That's the thing. He just.
But the problem is that when you're in the situation we're in with the scrap down near the bottom,
But we're doing that
don't
against.
get beat, innit? But it's that Allardyce.
When we're doing that against
again.
League One sides, like you're thinking.
Yeah, but I still think with the Wigan game and even the Arsenal Cup game, I know like I've moaned about it so much. We went out there not to win the game.
Yeah.
He was there, wasn't he, the
It
Arsenal?
was literally we've got.
I don't think
we've
he
got to
wanted to
compete.
be in the cups at all. Moyes.
All right, and if we stay up, then that's fair enough. But at the end of the day, it's ruined any chance that we had of getting a trophy.
Yeah, even
You know, because at the time Arsenal were beatable.
Oh, we could have
I
won.
ain't going to touch on that.
Anyway,
I keep going back to that. But
But yeah, so
Moving
the
on.
goal. So
Yeah.
from the goal though,
We had a
didn't
penalty
just-
shout.
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Which
We were a bit split on this amongst
at
ourselves,
first I
weren't
said
we?
great tackle.
I
Yeah.
still maintain it would have been if it was given. The way I always, like I said to you, the way I always look at it, how would we feel if that was given against us?
Yeah.
And me, like I said to you, me being an ex-defender, if I'd had that given against me, I would have been fuming.
Yeah, I'm
And
the same. I'm the
taking
same.
off-
If,
I'm taking off- if, like I say, if we was at the ground, I'd have been screaming for a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you can see. Yeah, but looking at it now, it went obviously the benefit of replays and stuff. How we can see it, where he does put he bring down his foot onto Arnautovic's foot before
touch the ball.
before he touches that ball.
But is that initial contact with Arnautovic's foot is what brings him down? I think
if you put your studs on someone's foot as they're running at speed, and you know it's
but
gonna.
He gets the ball before Arnautovic goes down. Do you know what I mean? Before Arnautovic goes over his ankle
Yeah.
or his foot.
I don't think it would have been
Because
As I said,
the ball actually
yeah.
changes direction.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can. Yeah, but if he gives it, you can't call it a bad decision. You can just call it. You can see why he's giving it. You can see why
No,
he's
but we,
not.
we said if it
either
had been
way.
up the other end, it would have been a penalty.
Yeah,
Definitely.
well, that's it, and that's how it goes. You know,
That's how you have to look at it. If you at Stamford Bridge or Old Trafford, and that decision,
That's
that
given.
decision is given. So,
But
you know,
It's,
if,
to me,
if it
it's-
was at the London Stadium,
yeah.
unless you're Man United or
Yeah.
Man City,
Yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
get.
To me, it's a
doesn't get
50-50.
But like I say, I'm
like-
taking off my claret and blue specs. I'm trying to look at it.
I said if I was a defender,
You know.
I'd feel slightly aggrieved that
Yeah.
if it was given against me. But
Yeah, I know.
No,
I
'cause I don't want to be like one of these people like everything has got to go our way. Everything's got to go our way. If I think something,
you just want consistency.
Yeah.
So-
No, but that's it. I just think it's 50-50. Either way, it could have. You know, I don't think it's a bad decision if he gives it, and if he hasn't given it, it's. You know, it's fair enough.
I say my barometer is always how would we feel if it was against us.
Yeah. No, exactly. And you know, there's a case for it being a penalty. There's a case for it.
Yeah, I mean it was fit. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
It was 50-50, but
But do you think the standard of officiating in the Premier League overall has dropped?
What was it we were talking about
Yeah.
last night? England haven't got a
we
referee in the
haven't
World
got a
Cup.
referee in the World Cup,
Wow.
and I just
For the
think that
first time
shows
in-
how bad
Yeah.
our refereeing is.
Do you know
at the
what I
minute.
think the trouble is? The referees are just as well known as the players now. A lot of the times now you're coming off and you're talking about the referee.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the referees are like they think their personalities in their own right and it's about them.
Oh yeah, Mike Dean is the biggest
Yeah,
example of that.
I mean Clattenburg was one of the.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that is it. You know, but it's just bad because the inconsistency levels in
And I've noticed now as
a
well.
professional job.
Linos,
You know?
well, I've seen it at games. Linos hesitate until the ref says something to them, and then they'll give a decision.
yeah.
Like what happened to the days of like the Linos closer, like so,
Well, that's
you know, marginal
that's
decision.
the-
He's
see,
closer.
At the end of the day, it's that if his eye line's better than the referees, he should be giving them decisions.
Yeah.
But
so I thought that's what they were there for.
yeah.
But then some of the linos are shocking. I see one of the championship games, a lino. I think it was an offside or something like that. No, it was a foul, and it was just it was nowhere near a foul, and he's giving it as a foul, and the ref's gone like waved him off like, "What you doing, you idiot?" type of thing.
Yeah.
So I just think the standard of officiating is bad across the board. But then this VAR was supposed to combat that. And they've been making a hash of
They've been
it.
getting that wrong.
Yeah, and I think VAR could be fantastic, but they've just the way it worked.
Been rushed through.
Yeah.
Rushed it.
But yeah, luckily we didn't need any VAR or anything sort of today.
Is that in for the World Cup, the VAR?
I believe.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it
I
is.
think it is. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see
But-
what they do anyway.
Yeah, I don't think there's any decisions that I wish we had VAR. So there was no
No.
decisions that overall determine the outcome of the game. I thought.
No, but you could possibly say the penalty.
Yeah, possibly the penalty, but I think
the only other marginal one would have been the offside goal that was
but,
disallowed.
that was offside.
Yeah, but it
It
was
would have been reviewed, but
Yeah,
it was offside. It weren't
offside.
offside. Yeah.
But yeah, do you know what I liked is after that goal is it looked like we were still trying to get that winner, and we didn't just go respect the point type of thing.
No. We still went for it. Chelsea, he made subs, didn't he? Conte, he brought on, took Morata off, brought Giroud on, brought Pedro on.
Giroud, mate,
great save from Joe.
That's
again,
what- yeah.
from Giroud.
Yeah.
that was the save of the game for
Yeah.
me. He tips it onto the
Onto
post.
the post.
Or the one
Absolutely
before.
superb.
The one before that. When,
Oh.
who was it?
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Oh,
tipped it over.
Aspilicueta was it?
Was it Morata? It wasn't Morata, was it?
Nah, I'm sure it was.
I can't remember that.
Was it
But that
Pedro?
again,
No, was it Pedro?
no, it was Moses.
Oh yeah, it was Moses. I think
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
No, Moses was the first half one.
Yeah.
He hit over.
Well,
But
anyway, one
there
of
was
their
another one
bloody
in.
players,
He
he
tipped it over the
tips it
bar.
over the
Yeah.
bar.
Then the one from Giroud, who come on and he seemed to hang in the air, didn't he?
That was a Giroud moment. That was perfect for Giroud.
We all said it, didn't we? You know,
Yeah.
he's got a good goal scoring record against us, and you just see him. And when they shut it down, he just hangs in the air, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gets
Joe
above a
reminds me of-
Bonner and Rice.
Joe reminds me of. Remember how Les Ferdinand used to get up?
Yeah,
and hang in the air?
hang in the air. And what a save. You know,
Unbelievable.
he's scrambled across his goal, full pelt dive, tips it onto the post.
I mean, you can see it on the slow mo, all the crab like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that is what you expect
Yeah.
from an international goalkeeper.
Oh yeah.
You know, that is the Joe Hart that
That's
we
a
signed.
performance of his reputation. That
Yeah.
is, and I think he's forming like he still wants to get in that England squad. It's
Of course
still
he
up
does.
there.
He wants to nail down his starting
Yeah.
spot, and that could only go on to benefit us, I think.
Oh
But
yeah.
then he's got to do that next few
Yeah,
games.
I mean,
like,
But then he had another. Was
He
it
had a
another
good-
one after that? I think there was five saves in total that
Yeah.
ended up getting us the point.
Deservedly man of the match.
Definitely,
Deservedly man of the
yeah,
match.
yeah, definitely.
I'm pleased for him. You know, he
Look, he's come here.
he needed that. He needed
Yeah.
a performance like that.
He's come to West Ham. He's picked us to try and salvage his career as a goalkeeper. So he's come on loan and obviously try and get back in the national side or keep his place. And it's not exactly worked out for him.
No, exactly. Where are we? 25.
Yeah, it's not exactly worked out for him the way he would have thought. But now he's got a chance to put a good performance in these last few games and keep up and stay up. He probably won't stay at West Ham for next season.
No,
On his wages, like
that's what I mean. It's the wages, and it's we need reinforcements in other positions, but we've only got one goalkeeper.
Yeah.
If he goes, so it's going to
They,
be tough.
they're in it sort of start looking now.
Well, that's the
Replacements,
problem.
yeah, well, there
You know,
are.
when we were doing the live feed, we were talking about players to take from
Yeah, we talked about Butler.
relegated. So we didn't mention Butland, did we? Yeah, we said about outfield players. Don't forget Jack Butland. You know, another great goalkeeper.
Great goalkeeper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We should definitely go for him.
I like Falster as well, good keeper.
Yeah, Fraser Forster. There's
Fraser
keepers
Forster's
there.
good
So
keeper.
you know,
Let's keep this to go for.
there's options if teams like that go down,
Yeah.
but it's whether they if they want to do business. But we'll wait and see.
I mean, that's not we're not mathematically safe yet.
No, but
that-
bonus point.
Yeah,
I'm going for
Yeah,
bonus point.
I
when,
mean-
when you looked into our form going into the last set of games,
yeah.
right? You looked at you picked out Southampton and Stoke as the two must wins, and anything else you get for a bonus. I did think we could get something out of this game. I thought,
Yeah,
I
but
said
you
it in the
would
preview,
not be surprised if we got
Oh
if we
no,
got battered.
that
would
is
you?
it. It was going to be one of them. If Chelsea showed up, we would have got battered.
I said
And
1-0
they
more
did show
out.
up in a way, and it was a bit more resilience defending and some good saves from the keeper. But we were worthy of the point with our second half.
Well, I did
performance.
say 1-0 beforehand, but that was more out of hope than
Yeah.
expectation.
What was we talking about?
Graham got his crystal ball out and said it'll be a 1-1, and Chicharito would.
No, I said if I played how I know, if we played how I know we can play,
Yeah.
then there's a chance that
Yeah,
we
and
could have.
Chelsea are not. You know, they're not in a great vein of form. I mean,
That is our
No, but-
biggest point of the season, our biggest draw.
biggest
like-
away point.
Listen,
Yeah,
4 points. We've got 4 points off of the champions.
yeah.
That's how you got to look at it. That's
That's
no
true.
mean thing. 4
We ain't-
points off the champions.
We ain't
Mate.
lost to him, have we?
No.
They were runaway champions last
Yeah,
year. as
exactly.
Well.
So,
They're still the
you know,
same team.
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not in the same form as last
No,
season, but
no.
they've still got over £100 million team there.
Listen, we're in a dogfight we're in
over
at a
200
minute.
million.
Any point is a bonus point. You know, and that's
So
how I
you
look
expect
at
to
it.
win the games
Yeah.
against the teams around you. Anything you pick up off the, because you're not going to start by beating the big teams and losing to the teams
No, of
around
course
you.
not. You
You've
need
got
to beat the teams around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we've done it with Southampton. Now going into Stoke next week, it's a massive game. Another six pointer.
I think we win that, and if we win that and Southampton lose again next week,
I think
I think
we
we're
will.
safe because that
They've
puts
got
us.
quite a tough run in as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
But also, I think if we can win that and results go our way, it takes a bit of pressure off.
Yeah. Well, that will put us 9 points clear.
Yeah, 9
And
points
then-
clear.
That puts us 10. No.
That's 4 wins.
Yeah,
Four,
10
four-
points
Four
off of
wins
Stoke.
that
Yeah.
Southampton have to get, and for us
Yeah.
not to pick up another 2 points for the rest of the season.
Which you would hope we would do.
Yeah, I
Six
mean,
games.
we look at Leicester and Everton as our most likely.
I mean,
ones.
Leicester way we've done well in the last few years. So,
But you pick up
anything-
again. If you pick up a
anything
point
we
at that,
pick
you
up,
take
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everton at home, that's the one we want to look to win because Big Sam away, he
That's
doesn't really.
But not only that, I've said it before. I want to be safe by then. I don't want big.
Because you
Sam
don't want it to be the
Nah.
one to send us there. You do not want that.
Nah,
definitely not.
We want to be
Definitely not.
safe by then. But I'm buzzing for the Stoke game. I'm going to be the same as Southampton. Really nervous and shit myself,
Yeah.
but excited. And it
I'm
will-
a lot more confident going into the Stoke game.
Yeah.
I must admit. But
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, they did give Spurs a bit of a game.
They gave Arsenal a game as well.
Yeah, they
you
gave
know.
Arsenal a game,
So it's
so
not going to be easy.
And look, listen, when we played them up there, they had chances in the game
yeah.
to get it back when it
yeah.
was only 1-0.
We just got
so
and Arnautovic will still have that hunger to show their fans.
that's what we need, mate.
course he
That's
will.
what we
And-
need.
Of course he will.
I mean, he showed, when he played against Hughes at Southampton.
Yeah, he showed
He had
the
that
same
fire
exactly,
to-
and that's what you need. That's what you need.
That's what you want, and hopefully he has that same thing because it was like a cup final, that
Yeah.
Southampton
Yeah.
game. It felt like one. They played like it was one, and I want to see that again at
Yeah,
Stoke
same
under
here,
the
mate.
lights.
Same here. Yep.
Monday
Monday night, innit?
Yeah, and then if we can stay up though, looking at you look at the bench today,
Yeah, that's it.
we have got a big rebuilding job to do in the
massive,
summer.
mate,
It
massive.
is.
The summers. This is probably the biggest summer for our board.
Probably the most
terms-
important one since they
Since they took
took
over.
over.
Yeah.
definitely.
It's huge. Like, they've really got to spend. I mean, there's a couple of players we need to clear out, but none of this. I don't want to see none of this. Well, we've got to sell all these players, and then we're going to look like we did in January, and then you get some panic buys. Like, we need to strengthen before we look to get
sign the players on the back that
Yeah.
you're looking to release a player. And if you end up with 2 players, then you end up with 2
Yeah.
players.
Because
what I mean? You've
people
got-
in the comments were talking about Creswell, right? Selling Creswell. So would you take 25 mil for him? Or big money, but there's no point looking and selling Creswell
unless you've got a replacement.
unless you've got a better replacement as well.
Well,
Someone
that's-
that you know.
That is the thing. If you
Well, at least someone-
£25 million for Creswell
Yeah.
is good business.
Yeah,
Bird. 25 million for Creswell is good business in my mind.
yeah.
Right,
I can't see anyone paying it.
Right,
But
no, but you're losing Ever at the end of the season. Yeah, you're losing. Then you're
it just leaves us
lose
with
Creswell,
Masuaku.
who's you can see with his he's a winger.
He's a winger. Yeah.
You know, he's not a left back. He's a winger.
No,
You know-
when he's played left back,
He's not been.
he's done all right.
Yeah, he's
but
more
not been
attacking
great.
than defensive.
And so, like you said, you're selling a player for bringing in 25 million, but then it's going to cost you nigh on 20 to 30 million to get a player in. Left-sided defenders to play left back. Luke Shaw is one of the only ones I think of that will probably be available.
To me,
It was an English
Yeah.
player anyway, because you've still got to keep up the thingy in it, the contingent of homegrown players.
I think we need to keep Creswell and get another left back.
I agree. I agree.
You know,
You know.
I think that's what. And then, like I said, officially have Masuaku as a left winger.
It's the same as you look at next season. You got Zabba and Byram. Byram, for me, he's got to go. Zabba's only got a year on his contract come the summer, so you need to be looking to get another right back in.
Well, we're linked
and
with
then a replacement for Zabba for the year after if you're not
yeah.
going to look to renew his contract.
Well, we're looking at that Fredericks at Fulham.
yeah.
He's
But it's,
highly rated.
the thing is, Byram was highly rated at Leeds.
I think
Yeah,
his
it didn't
injury
work out.
record, though. I think that's the problem with Byram. I think
The thing
Byram
with
is decent.
He's guaranteed. He's bang on the yellow card every game.
The thing is, look, it's a
nailed on,
gamble
yeah,
on signing
yeah.
any players, but I'd like us to go out in the summer and buy proven players in the Premier League who have got in key areas that we need to fulfil, and then get a couple of gambles.
Not players who did it 10 years ago, 12
No,
years
no,
ago.
no, players that are doing it now.
That are doing it now.
Yeah.
No more of these sort of journeymen.
Said someone who said on the chat, Bertram from Southampton, if they go down. I think that's a good shout for a left back. You know, he's a good player. He's not that old.
Yeah.
England international. So
I mean, let's look. One of the biggest key areas we need to address is pace in this
Massively.
side.
Especially if you're
Massively.
a counter-attacking side, you have to have pace.
Yeah.
But then you don't know who the manager's going to be. We may not be a counter-attacking side. We may get a manager in who wants to play a bit more football.
Yeah.
But
Although,
to play,
we still need. I think
it's
we
a
still
massive
need pace.
overall, isn't it? To
Yeah,
go
yeah.
from
Yeah, but then
playing
to
the
get
way
a
we're
new
playing.
manager in, like he'll probably keep some of the squad we got now, but he'll want to bring his own players in. So like you say, we're not talking. You're then not talking sort of 3 or 4 players. You're talking 7, 8.
I think we need 7, 8,
Players.
regardless, even if more is.
100%. 7 or 8 players without fail we needed.
Yeah.
Of decent quality as well. You know, you can probably gamble on 1, maybe 2, but you need.
I think Carroll needs to be moved on no matter what.
Totally
I think
agree with that one.
He's got
Get him
to
on
be.
the wage bill.
For me, Carroll, Byram, just because of their injury records.
Yeah, their injury records.
I like Carroll. You know, as I said, we've
He's
said
been
many
paid
times.
a lot of money.
Exactly.
to not do
to not,
anything.
And not contributed very much.
Byram.
I think Byram, if he was fully fit, I think he'd been a really good, solid. He'd been like
but
Creswell.
with the injury,
but-
we can't keep going into season after season and going, oh, with Carroll's injured. Winston Reed's injured.
Yeah,
Sam
that brings
Byron's
us back. We
injured.
need to look at
You
centre
know,
backs.
yeah.
A new partner. Well, I mean, Rice. I like Rice and Ogbonna. I think Rice is definitely the future of this club. I think we need another quality centre back.
Yeah. To
Like
play alongside.
Johnny Evans, maybe.
Yeah, to play alongside him.
Yeah. I would think so, and I like Ogbonna as well, right? If we're looking at left-sided centre backs, he can play left back.
Yeah.
So you could have Ogbonna, Evans, and Rice in a back
In a free.
three. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just depending on how you see it. That seems to be the way teams are going at the minute, with the free centre halves and all that. So
So there's options. I just want to see them have ambition. I don't want to see any of this, penny pinching and dragging out transfers.
Lots of loans.
Yeah, loans and old players. It's like, look, let's identify who we want and go and just slap the money down. There's talks about Dendon Kerr still going back in for him. Cavallio still keeps creeping his head up. Like
again, it's a type of player we need holding midfield.
yeah,
role,
we do need
play.
one. I think Obiang. I don't know what happens with him at the end.
So
of the
he's
season.
unfortunate, isn't he? But I'm sure didn't he have a bad injury at the end of last season as well? So again, but
I think it is. If we're looking
to be fair, at least within his injury, it was an injury where he's got clattered in a game, and it's not muscle going
it's not
like
picks
everyone
up
else
in
seems to
training
pick
or-
up.
I just think if we're bringing in another holding midfielder, I think then you either have a choice between keep Obiang or Kiarte, one or the other.
you can use Kiarte in a different role, but I think Kiarte, he's improved over the last few games, but I think he needs to go in the summer.
First half of the
Really?
season.
I think he should be moved on in the summer.
First half of the season was shocking.
Joe, just some people have been. I just think he just needs moving on.
I think since January though, he has had a couple man of the match caliber
Yeah,
performances
but
since then.
the problem is with him at the minute is it seems to be he's either there's no middle of the road with him.
Yeah,
He's
either
either
bad
really
or
good or he's bad. Or
Yeah.
maybe today he was a bit middle of the roadish, but
But don't you for them
I thought
think?
he played quite well. I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah.
but you look at the overall performance on today and talk about our midfield. Who's the person you remember the most about today in our midfield? Mark Noble.
But don't you think in terms of him versus Obiang, he is the more versatile player in terms of how he can play, in terms of being that box to box, being attacking, or
I think
playing
you
in
can stick him in
centre back.
centre half if as
Yeah.
an emergency.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
It gives you
But
more
I mean, like you
options.
say, you wouldn't want him playing
But
centre
that's
half
it,
all the time.
but I don't want to.
you know
I
you
don't
can
want to
stick
be
him
in a
there.
situation next season where we're having to play our centre midfielder as centre half.
No,
I want to be in a situation where if we lose two centre halves, we've got
got
another
two
two
centre
centre
halves
halves to
to
come
come
on. Yeah.
yeah, no. Well, you got Rice who can play there.
But I want to see
Central defensive midfielder.
Rice is a centre half. I want to see Rice. He seems to be.
But his
getting
man of the match
comfortable.
performance was for Ireland. was
Exactly.
defensive
But I don't want
midfield.
to keep.
Yeah, you want
I
to.
don't think it helps young players when you keep centre half,
Shifting them
centre
about,
midfield.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get, yeah,
Pick
yeah.
a position, settle them in it, train them in it, get them to play alongside the other centre halves, learning their trade. You look at Rice. The games he's played centre half, the strikers he's been up against. It's learning about the movement of the strikers, the things that they do. It's good for him, and I do think that I can see him being future captain for us.
No, yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like, maybe a few. I mean, what is he? 19?
Yeah, he's only young.
Yeah, he's young.
He's only young.
19.
But he don't play like he's.
But that's what I mean.
he's
Like,
not,
but
you know.
this is where
Got an old head, young shoulders,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah.
this is the first time in a long time where we've got an academy player that looks like he could be a guaranteed starter week in, week out.
One thing we need to do is make sure he gets tied down and no one else can snip
Get him on a longer term.
This
deal.
is why you need to, in the transfer window, you need to match the ambitions to the quality of some of the players if you want to keep them. Because that otherwise, that's if we're
You have
having
to build it
relegation
around the
scrap.
quality players that you've already
Yeah,
got.
Exactly.
but that's what I mean. If we're in a relegation scrap season on season, you're going to get when you get these top clubs going. How can you?
We go back to be a selling club.
Exactly.
That's the
No
problem.
player wants to be in a relegation battle every year.
No, of course not. Of course not. And that's it. You can't attract quality players if you're down fighting relegation every
Regardless
season,
of how
and you
big
can't
the
keep your
stadium
best
is
players.
or,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got to be challenging. At least pushing for Europa League.
Yeah. That's it.
so-
Or having a
we'll
go at
see.
the cups.
Well,
Yeah.
season
But-
ticket renewals are coming up now.
Is it?
I think
When's that
it's
got to be
open.
done?
I think it's
open.
It's open.
I need to renew
Oh, yeah,
mine.
mate.
So I
They
can,
have put in this little scheme. It's this auto renews, auto buy scheme for the cup games where you can opt in
Oh, they had that anyway.
and opt out. Well, no,
Yeah,
they've put that in. They've
No,
put that in there.
No, I did. Last you opt in.
I don't
and
know
then-
why you would
then
do
they
it.
take the money from your account straight away, whether you go into the game or not.
Why would you do that? I can perfectly buy my own ticket and choose to. But if I'm a
It's for
knowledge,
people like Nicky who forget.
Yeah, that's true. He needs that.
But yeah, no, they've had that in.
It's
Are they still doing the if you want to move your seat, you've got to renew straight away?
I didn't see that on the list, so you need to
because
you need to move.
I'm moving Dan.
You want to come down to my
gonna
bit?
Yeah.
He loves it down
It's
there.
Dan, it's good Dan.
It is good down my
It's
bit.
great in Southampton down there.
Oh yeah,
It's great. Yeah.
it is great when the atmosphere's. That's the place it's rocking there.
Oh, friends.
So yeah, he's in the posh seats that cost like
Save myself some money as well.
They
yeah.
can be like.
Yeah.
They can be like one of us.
Yeah,
In the,
Yeah.
in the normal
Yeah.
seats.
exactly. So yeah, let us know anyway if any of you guys are renewing or not renewing.
And tell us why you're not renewing.
Yeah,
as
why
well,
you're
you
not.
know, or why you are renewing.
Yeah.
It's good to gauge what everyone's thinking at
Yeah.
the minute. You know.
No,
Yeah.
I think if I usually renew last minute anyway, so
I
probably
normally
will
do that, but because I want to move, I need to renew.
Yeah.
sharply,
Dan's
so I
like,
can
yeah,
move.
nice, yeah, nice.
I just, you know, it's because it's spending the money, so I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't want
yeah,
to.
we know what
we
you're
know
like
you like
spending
that. We know
money,
you don't
Dan,
like
we
spending
know
money.
you like
So,
But yeah, start wrapping it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
FBAs.
Yes, the FBAs.
Dan.
Actually, I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, I'll leave that to you.
All right, we're
This is your domain.
we're back in the FBAs. We're going for it again. The video blogger, I think it is, category. We was in there last year,
No, year before.
year before
yeah,
last,
yeah.
and we drank the place dry, of
Yeah.
course, as you
In
might have
true
seen.
post-match pint style.
True,
Yeah, we really
It was more post-match, a lot of pints.
We
Yeah,
had
it was like-
we had like 20 odd beers on our table.
We had
just
more than
for
that,
us,
Dan. We had
66.
we had more than that.
Was it
66 bottles on our table. We had
in
at one
honour of
point.
when we won the World Cup.
I thought we had more than that.
No,
Yeah, I mean, no, I was literally because it was free, like bottles. I was literally getting armfuls.
See,
and was
free bottles.
See, as soon
It
as
was
they
free
said-
bottles. As soon as they
honestly-
said it was free bottles, Dan was there like,
Honestly,
yeah.
mate, Dan's feet didn't touch the floor.
Oh, that's it.
He was straight off.
The geezer's face here, and I went, is it? Can we take more than one? Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Dan just picked the bucket up when I'm having that.
Yeah.
Like, just come over.
Me and Jace. But yeah, so we're back in for that. You know, it's something we enjoyed going to it, and it's something we would like to win. So I'm going to put a link in the description and in the comments section. It does like an auto tweet. If you're on Twitter, you click the link, it generates it for you, and you just click tweet, and it's I'm voting for West Ham Fan TV, best blogger.
But if you're not on Twitter, you can log on to the FBA's website
Yeah.
and search for
Category.
blogger video. What is it? Blogging
Video blogger.
video blogger. Enter us in there. So you know, if you like what we do and you'd like to nominate us, and
Even
you
if
know,
West Ham won't bring a trophy home this season, maybe we will.
you never know.
And if
you never
not,
know.
we'll drink the place dry.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. We'll have
And
it.
as
We'll
soon
have
as
it.
Dan hears those magic words, it's free.
Listen, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 for you guys. More than that, probably.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, yeah. Bang on,
Yeah,
mate.
if Dan
bang on.
drops a coin, it hits him in the back of the head.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Check out all our other videos. Fan cams will be up shortly. We're going to finish this.
I'm gonna go
We're
and
going
do
to go
it.
and do all that. He's got hard graft ahead of him now
Yeah.
tonight. So, but yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Yes, thanks
One
very
thing less to say.
Come on,
Come on,
guys.
everyone.